The North American Teamfight Tactics Regional Finals has concluded, and we have our world's representatives. Want to know who they are? Well, first let's recap the event. Day 1 started off with Jukyu making a huge underground pivot into Lulu reroll after hitting Axiom Arc on his second augment. After win streaking for 12 rounds, he closed out the match against JD Zelinsky to start off the tournament on a strong note. The new blood started off well with Bosso Skills and Robyvan Kenobi also nabbing a first. Halfway into the event, Jukyu held a 4-point lead over second place, going 1-2-1 in his first 3 games, with a 5 laser core Warwick Belveth carry in his second victory. The bubble was made up of fan favorites Robin Songs, Weijian Iverson, and Asa. Game 4 was a huge inflection point in the tournament for these players, as they all needed to finish with a strong placement. Weijian fell in Game 4 while Jukyu picked up another first as Garchomp Pro just barely missed both 3-star Mordekaiser and Fiddlesticks. Game 5 was won by the 3 tournament favorites Dish Soap, Setsuko, and Replay, locking in their places in Day 2 of the tournament. Going into the 6th and final game of the day, the main featured lobby had 4 players on the bubble: JD Zelinsky, Ewan Wolf, Ripple Overdrive, and most shocking of all, Robin Songs. All 4 of these players were looking for a top 4 or better in order to secure their spot in the next day, and it was quite the battle. Robin started the game streaking through stage 3 with Boxing Lessons and Band of Thieves, playing fast tempo and looking to save HP early. JD Zelinsky was the first bubble player to fall after taking Windfall and playing Riftwalker Jin. With Dish Soap, JD Zelinsky, and Kindle Gem rounding out the bottom 3, the remaining bubble players all had a clear shot at top 4. With HP close all around, the dust settled with Ewan Wolf in 4th, Robin in 2nd, and Ripple Overdrive in 1st. But after calculations, even a 4th wasn't enough to save Ewan Wolf, who missed the cutoff by just 2 placements. But perhaps the most surprising upset of the day came when Worlds participant Weijian Iverson was eliminated. He was only 1 point off from advancing to Day 2 after a 6th place finish to round out the day. On top of the leaderboard, Jukyu, Garchomp Pro, and Malala rounded out the 3 best scores, looking to carry their momentum into Day 2. With the points resetting to 0, Day 2 started off in a similar manner as Day 1, with Jukyu in 1st place. This time, however, he spiced it up a little bit with a Samira 3 marking the first 3-star 4 cost of the tournament. In the other lobby, Malala played a 5 Gadgeteen board with Nar 3 and Nunu 2 to quite literally steamroll the competition. Halfway into Day 2, Malala, Jukyu, and Replay continued their strong performances with multiple top 2 finishes each, and with compositions like 3-star Mecha Jax, 3-star Samira, and 3-star Belveth. On the bubble lived multiple fan favorites like Dish Soap, Robin Songs, and DQA, who all needed to place above the average in order to secure their spots in Day 3. This is where the pressure really starts to build up. Game 4 concluded with Robin and Dish Soap both placing 8th, while the lobbies were won by players many did not expect to see perform in Robyvan Kenobi and Bosso Skills. With his back up against the wall, Dish Soap needed to find 2 straight victories in order to keep his hopes alive. In Game 5, he cycloned his way to victory with a Hacker Wukong board, even defeating a Nico 3 on his way to 1st. With 5 players on the bubble going into Game 6, everybody would play like their tournament lives depended on it. In one lobby, Dish Soap, Bosso Skills, Ripple Overdrive, Deepay, and Setsuko were all capable of not advancing to top 8. Back and forth the game went with Ripple Overdrive and Bosso Skills both playing for Deepay's spot, who had gone 8th. But when all was said and done, Setsuko, Ripple Overdrive, and Deepay would advance alongside Robyvan Kenobi, Malala, Replay, Jukyu, and Kindle Gem. On Day 3, we reset the points once again, and all 8 players have a chance to advance to the Global Championship. The top 2 point leaders alongside the player with the best average placement would advance to Worlds. The 4 players leading in average placement going into the day were Jukyu, Malala, Setsuko, and Robyvan Kenobi. Starting off the day with a Prismatic Augment at 4-2, the lobby began to pull apart with Malala falling in 8th at 4-6, while Replay went fast 9 after streaking through stage 4. Deepay tried his best to challenge Replay's board, but Replay hit Samira 3 and spelled curtains for the rest of the lobby. The next game showed much of the same, with Replay using some excellent Zephyr play to secure another first, while Jukyu found himself another top 3 with Setsuko. Game 3 again featured Replay and Jukyu in the top 3, with Jukyu placing 3rd and Replay winning his 3rd game in a row, playing Kaisa reroll. At this point in time, Jukyu and Replay began to pull ahead of the pack, making the rest of the competition focused on the coveted 3rd spot to Worlds based off of average placement. Despite Malala struggling in the final day, he still held the best position for AVP, with Setsuko quickly closing in. Fast forward to Game 5, Malala and Setsuko were neck and neck in average placement, with only 0.1 plays separating them. Setsuko opened up the game with Underground, looking to slingshot himself into a first place position. Malala, on the other hand, found a Mordekaiser 2 on stage 4 to reach 6th Laser Core, making both of these players a threat for the win. But with the whole lobby on low health, Setsuko matched up against Malala, sending him home in 4th and clinching the victory. Going into the final game, Jukyu had locked in his spot at Worlds, with replay in barring a miraculous set of conditions unfolding. The real story was between Setsuko and Malala for the 3rd and final spot at Worlds. If Malala could outplay Setsuko by 4 points, he would snag the position back and advance to the World Championship. It was truly head-to-head, and the game started just the same. Both Setsuko and Malala selected Burning Spirit as their first augment, contesting each other in the hopes that they could prevent the other from hitting. Setsuko played a stronger early game, streaking through the end of Stage 2 into Stage 3. But on 3-3, Setsuko hits a crucial Twisted Fate and follows it up on 4-2 with a Think Fast that allows him to 2-star his entire board. While this move may have lowered his cap, it secured him enough HP to outlast Malala, outplacing him and securing his own spot at the TFT Set 8 Global Championship. Jukyu finished the game in first, averaging a 2.87 across the entire event, while never placing below 3rd on the final day. In the end, the 4 North American representatives are Weijin Iverson, Jukyu, Replay, and Setsuko. The North American Regional Finals was an incredible event with hype all across the entire weekend. The Monsters Attack Global Championship is coming up very soon, and this might actually be the strongest roster that North America has ever sent to Worlds. I hope you enjoyed this recap. Now please support North America at the World Championships this set. I'll catch you next time.